Hello and welcome to this course on time management. Although, as you will very soon discover, is nothing about time. But anyways, let me tell you who I am and why I'm giving you this course on Domestika. My name is Hanoi Morillo, and as I always like to say, I have two lives. I have the corporate life and I have the non-corporate life. So from a corporate perspective, I've had a fantastic career on tech companies. I actually spent between IBM and Google around 15 years of my career working across the globe, from Europe to Southeast Asia, Latin America, North America. I've been a nomad for pretty much almost 2 decades now. Before my journey on tech, I was actually in audit. I was at KPMG for a couple of years. And in recent years, I took a role as a chief digital officer for a bank. And now I'm the CEO of a fintech in the US. So that is my corporate side. On the other side, I'm an investor, actually one of the sharks in a TV show called Shark Tank in Colombia, Latin America. And I'm also part of an investment fund called Gate 93. And I'm also partner of a company that encourages entrepreneurship in Latin America called LATAM. I'm also an author, as I've published 2 books, one on juggling professional career with extensive traveling, fitness and nutrition. So a lot of, wellness and things like that related to your professional career and crazy agendas. And the second one, which is about how you build a culture of innovation at your company. And I'm also a failed entrepreneur. So the reason why I've actually started investing is because I realized that I was not successful at being an entrepreneur myself. I've had a few failed ideas, and I was better as an entrepreneur within companies, within the corporate world. And obviously my experience as well in that corporate world was an asset for any startup that wanted to kind of take my expertise and also my willingness to give them money to start their company. So that is me in a nutshell from a professional perspective. And on the personal side, I'm an avid reader. I would say I'm an avid learner. I'm constantly consuming content in any way, shape, or form on different topics like technology, leadership, business building, funding startups and making businesses grow, fitness, nutrition. I'm one of those like keto fans out there. So I'm constantly, to be honest, learning about what I can do to be a better leader, to be a better person, to be a better partner, and to be healthy. So that is kind of a little bit of an obsession of mine. Also love comics, in case you haven't noticed, still in my little office here at Domestika. I love comics, what can I say? And I'll read, follow, and watch anything that gets released on that topic, especially if it's Batman related, even more. As you can see, if we were to combine everything that I like and everything that I have to do is a lot of things. Because, I also love writing. That is the reason why I've published a couple of books. I write in different mediums and I write on my spare time as well. So, between the reading, the learning, the researching, and the working in corporate world and trying to invest and mentoring companies and appearing on a TV show, time becomes very, very, very tight. And it is a journey. So I started that journey a few years ago when I literally saw myself with no air to breathe. And I saw myself like trying to work for 18 and 19 hours and pushing away as well, my personal life to tackle everything that I had to do from a work perspective. And I thought, there must be a better way. There must be something that I'm not doing right. And that is where I started a quest and a little obsession to be super productive and to really understand what to do from a time management perspective. And guys, I've tried it all, from apps to different tech platforms, to alarms, to to-do lists in very beautiful notebooks, to to-do lists in very beautiful post-its, to whiteboarding. Like literally, I've gone through it all. And then I realized that wasn't the way. I actually realized that what I had to manage wasn't actually time. It was my energy and my ability to focus and manage my distractions. All the journey that I went through, you don't have to follow. I'm here to share with you in a very, very tight way, in a very practical way, how to do all this. So you don't have to go through all those years of learning and all those years of trial and error. You can just follow this course and learn all the best tips and tricks that I have for you. And now that you know a lot about me, actually, I hope you didn't get bored. Let me share with you some of my influences. Hopefully they become influences for you too. I also did the test. I did it some time ago, though. I've been trying to. So, what are the first thing that comes to mind when you think of time management? Maybe it's a to-do list or a post-it with different notes or your agenda. I don't know. It's probably something like that. Something that goes in the traditional way that we think of time management. However, in this course, I'm about to change that for you. We're going to change the paradigm of time management. And I'm going to give you a new philosophy to organize your time based on how you actually organize your energy and your focus, your distractions. So this is going to be completely different from what you've seen before in terms of time management. We're going to actually eliminate your to-do list. So I hope that you want to stay tuned for that. In fact, part of what you're going to end up with is a little playbook, an instruction manual, if you want, of your own formula that will tell you what is the best way for you to manage your time and specifically to manage your energy and your distractions. Tell me, what makes you actually lose your focus throughout the day? Maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's your WhatsApp, maybe it's your Instagram account. I don't know what it is, but we have a zillion distractions. We're going to learn how to manage those as well and how to actually incorporate them into our agenda. Actually make sure that we have fun throughout the day. This is, what life is all about. It's not about just doing things one after the other without any rest. This is about having fun, making sure that we accomplish what we want to accomplish at the end of the day, and make sure that actually we feel incredibly energetic and productive at the end of the day. So at the end of this course, what you're going to find is your perfect 2 weeks. This is going to be something that hopefully you even get to print out and look at every time that you kind of feel that you're losing the discipline that we're going to create during this course. Those are going to be the 2 weeks that will be your example, your guidance. And in the rest of the playbook, you're going to have your own notes of, this is what works for me. This is what actually makes me feel super energetic. This is what I love doing. This is what makes me feel drained at the end of the day. You're going to have all your reflections, your observations about yourself to remind you when you lose the discipline, okay, what was it that I did during this course that was so effective, that made me feel so productive, and that made me feel that actually I know how to manage my time. So that's going to be your end of the course project, the perfect 2 weeks, and a little, playbook of reflections, notes, observations of yourself that will serve as a reminder for the rest of your life, who knows, of what is the best way for you to manage, remember, not your time, your energy and your distractions. Now you know what we want to accomplish with this course. And you know that we're going to be talking about energy management, distraction management, focus. The first thing that I want you to understand is, well, what is your current status right now? Keeping those things in mind, we're going to ask you to do a test, a very simple test, just to know, where you are at right now, so we can actually compare what are the results that you obtain for yourself at the end of this course. So get ready to do this test. So these are the 3 statements that I want you to score from 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest, is the better end of the scoring system. So listen carefully and pay attention to your scoring and your own reflections while answering these 3 statements. Number 1, I am laser focused and know exactly what to do with my time. 1 is the lowest, meaning I'm definitely not laser focused and I don't know what to do with my time. And 5 would be I feel like a total ninja. 2, I have habits and routines that allow me to be effective and productive. And 3, I don't let distractions to get in the way during the day. Number 1 would be I get distracted all the time. Number 5 would be something like I'm so focused that not a single notification in my phone will break my concentration. I also did the test. I did it some time ago, though. I've been trying to master this energy management and focus and distraction for a long time. And my first score was a 7. I was okay, I would say, right? I was not a ninja. I was okay, and I was actually struggling with a lot of different things. As I mentioned during my introduction, and as you've seen, I'm a really, really, really busy person, which is not something that I need to be proud of. And I was lost sometimes. I was feeling that I didn't own my agenda, that I was drowning in meetings and things to do in projects. I would say it's probably the average person, right? And then I started getting my hands around, okay, how can I master all this? I learned about mastering my energy, mastering distractions, getting my focus right, getting clear objectives into, what are the things that I truly want to accomplish? And that took me to an 11. I'm nowadays at an 11, which is, I would say, is great. If I compare where I was coming from, I still have a lot of things to learn. This is a continuous improvement process. This is something that will never stop. But I'm super happy to be at 11. Hopefully you see as well an evolution. Please do feel free to share your results, your thoughts, and your comments in the tasks below in the platform. So now that you have your score, and hopefully you've shared it with us and with the other partners that you have in this course, let's go into the next lesson or next reflection, which is about multitasking. And before we start, let me ask you something. Do you consider yourself to be a great multitasker? Do you believe in the art of multitasking? Let's go and see what we have to talk about this topic next. So I've been talking about managing your energy for the entire time. And you might be wondering, well, is that a new superpower? Or what do you mean with managing your energy? Well, you probably know when you're energetic. I mean, when your energy levels are up and when your energy levels are down. That actually has a direct impact with your ability to focus. So energy and focus go hand in hand. And that's how we're going to measure it. One thing that I want you to ask yourself is, for how long can I be focused on the task at hand? And how is my energy levels around it? So can I focus for 40 minutes on something? And that something is giving me energy back? Or am I actually more tired after that? That is something so crucial that we need to understand in order to be able to manage our time effectively. Again, as you will see, it stops being about, your to-do list and time traditionally, and is more about for how long can I focus on something. So that is going to be your new minute, your new measurement tool. How long can I focus on something? And that's something that I'm doing. Am I liking it? After I finish this task, am I like, woo, this is awesome? Or I'm like, oh my God, I need to take a nap. That is what I need you to observe moving forward for the next days, as long as you need to. Just go to a meeting and take note of, okay, for how long am I able to focus on this? Or set yourself to do a project, for example, a presentation. Let's do a presentation for a client, for example, a new creative project. And let's say, you're estimating, no, it's going to take me 90 minutes, as we mentioned before. Well, set the clock. For how long can you focus? For how long can you maintain your focus on that task? And when you finish that task, how do you feel? Do you feel energetic? Or you feel like, oh, I need a coffee, or oh my God, I need a break? Or are you actually in a bad mood? Because those things happen. There are certain meetings that put us in a bad mood. That can happen to you. That means that your energy levels go down. So I need you to combine those things. For how long can I focus on something before I jump into my favorite social media platform? And that's something, energy up or energy down. Take note of everything, as you can see in the test for these lessons. And we're going to be discussing that in the comment section to see, how you react to the things around you. Get ready and have fun. Let me show you what things give me energy and what things don't. And something that is very important for you to note, not all the things that are negative or boring will actually drain your energy. And there will be things that are amazing, that are great for you to do, that do drain your energy. There is no direct correlation. There is no relationship. So there are things, and I'm going to show you, there are things that I actually love doing in the sense that are great, that I actually enjoy, that I learn, whatever it is, that I add value to my team, but they still drain my energy. They leave me exhausted, and that is fine. So don't think something that is boring for sure is going to be, draining. Might not be the case. So that is actually the fun part as well of this exercise, is realizing and maybe actually surprising yourself with the things that give you a boost versus the things that don't. So let me show you. I divided this sheet in the things that, let's say, don't give me energy, the energy minus, and the things that do. So let's put this in a green color here. The things that give me energy. Things that don't give me energy or that leave me a little bit exhausted, that I kind of need a break after doing them. Admin work, I hate paperwork. Paperwork, even if it's digital paperwork, right? But you know what I mean. Dealing with low performance. For those of you who maybe manage big teams or just manage a small team, whatever, sometimes you have to deal with people that maybe are in the wrong position and their performance is not great. And, you have to guide them. You have to make sure that they can actually get to a role or a position where they can shine. And dealing with those situations, sometimes it's difficult. That definitely drains my energy. Bureaucracy. And maybe you love bureaucracy. I freaking hate it. So definitely leaves me with no energy. What do I mean with bureaucracy? When you need to deal with political meetings and political situations. One-on-one coaching. I love doing one-on-ones. I dedicate as much time as I can doing one-on-ones with my team. I love it. Coaching sessions, mentoring sessions, you name it. I love it. It leaves me exhausted. Why? Because all my energy is for the person that I'm sitting with. So obviously after that focus and attention and energy towards that person, by the end of it, I end up super tired. Interviewing. I have to interview a lot of people. I love it as well, but it leaves me as well super exhausted because, again, for me, an interview with someone is, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm representing my company for that person. So I want that person to understand what we are all about. And at the same time, I need to get to know that person. So there is a lot that happens there. It leaves me quite tired. Email. I hate email. I didn't want to mention it before, but it's huge distraction. Leaves me exhausted, especially work email. Personal email, different story. Work email typically leaves me quite tired. And the news. It is important to read the news. I like to be updated, but unfortunately, and with the complexity of the world that we live in, it tends to leave me quite exhausted and many times actually preoccupied about something or very worried about some situation in the world. So that actually drains my energy a lot. So those are some examples of things that leave me very tired and with my energy levels very low. Other things that I love and that give me a boost in my energy levels keynotes. I'm one of those lucky people that get hired to give speeches and to give presentations. And I talk about a lot of different things like leadership and exponential technologies and things like that. And I love it. It gives me, a boost in my energy and my motivation, but I'm still tired afterwards. And this is an example that I truly wanted to bring to the table today. I love it, and my energy levels are up, meaning I'm motivated, I'm inspired, I feel energetic. I'm like, I want to, eat this world for lunch, but I'm still tired. I might still need a break, but it's more of a quick, maybe physical shakeup. It's not, a full-on break or something that I need to do to completely kind of disconnect from what I just did. It's just a different type of tiredness. And I want you to notice this. Your energy level might be up. You might feel energetic and still feel a little bit tired. You just need a 5-minute break. Coffee, mate. I love drinking mate. Mate is kind of an Argentinian tradition. I love making it. So for me, the process of making coffee, I love my Chemex or my French press or my espresso machine. It's something that gives me energy. It's not because of the caffeine or the mate or the tea. It's the ritual that I follow. That gives me a lot of energy. Walking, just going for a walk, right? Gives my energy back. Making presentations, something that I absolutely love in terms of recovering my energy, is solo time, meaning I'm not in a meeting. I'm not working with anyone else. I'm by myself, probably working on a presentation. It probably could be a presentation for a keynote that I'm going to deliver, or a presentation for a client, for example, or a presentation for the team. But that solo time, I love it. One-on-ones with high performers. I love my one-on-one time and my coaching time. As I mentioned before, it typically tends to leave me a little bit tired and with my energy levels low. However, there's one exception, and that is when I have a one-on-one or a coaching session with a super, super, super high performer. Someone that is just like, you're going to be my next boss and I'm going to be so proud. And they bring that type of energy to the session that gives me a huge boost in my energy levels. Quick chat with my partner, tapping off whatever I'm doing and go see my partner. Maybe, I don't know, chat for 5-10 minutes. I think it's amazing. That gives me a lot of energy. And something that you've probably noticed in my notes here is, walking my dog for sure. I mean, I love walking my dog. But here, distractions. Distractions for me, and probably for most of you, are actually an energy booster. You check your social media, you check the latest gossip, and you're like, woo, ready to take on the next challenge, right? Distractions are not bad. Distractions are actually great. It's something that provides a break for our brain. It's something that probably makes us laugh. It makes us disconnect. That makes us feel free of certain responsibilities for a few minutes. Distractions tend to be great. It's simply that we don't allocate time and focus to them. And we see them as something actually very negative in our day. Well, the one thing you're going to notice here, energy booster for me might be an energy booster for you, or some of your distractions might be an energy booster for you. So something that I want you to take note of: what are the distractions that are energy boosters, and what are the distractions that are not energy boosters and kind of drain your energy? But take note that, again, distractions most of the time is something positive. It's something that's going to bring your energy up, up, up. So don't punish your distractions anymore. Focus on the ones that give you energy, and the ones that don't, we'll see what we're going to do about them, and all these other things that you will have on your list of energy drainers. How was the exercise for you? Share in the comments. So we've talked about distractions, focus, energy. You've probably learned a lot about yourself and things that maybe are surprising. I don't know, maybe you realize that doing paperwork is actually amazing for your energy levels. Who knows? That's part of the fun of these lessons. Next, what we're going to do is to kind of understand, okay, all of this is great, but there is one thing underlining it all, and is what it is that you want to accomplish with your day, with your week, with your year, because everything that we do needs to be aligned. And with that, we will align our energy and our distractions.